Atomy is also trying a new, advanced sales method where if you register your body measurements on your smartphone, Atomy can recommend the products that fit you best. In this way, Atomy is actively using future technologies to develop various customer services and sales methods. The fourth industrial revolution and recent marketing changes part 2. In our last lecture, we talked about how the fourth industrial revolution and new technologies are changing the retail environment. Today, as an extension of that, we are going to talk about virtual reality, VR, and the metaverse topics that everyone is talking about lately. In these lectures, let's explore the new technologies and the world of virtual reality that are bringing innovative changes to the retail market. Have you ever been to a VR arcade? You experience VR through these VR glasses. The moment you put them on, a completely new world unfolds before your eyes. It's not the real world, but you enter a virtual world that feels just like the real one. Now let's talk in detail about how this virtual reality technology is changing our lives and the world of retail. If we were to name a few key technologies that will completely change consumer shopping behavior in the future, they would be big data analysis, artificial intelligence AI, and robots, virtual reality VR, and augmented reality AR, and finally, completely unmanned stores, also known as automated checkout stores. Today, we are going to focus on virtual reality. Recently, we can see that companies are using virtual and augmented reality not just for fun, but in all of their business activities. Atomy is also trying something very interesting. There's a wonderful faculty called Atomy Park, but unfortunately, many people couldn't visit because of the long distance. So, I understand they used the virtual and augmented reality to launch an Atomy Park online tour program as a streaming service, starring the chairman himself. I encourage you all to try it out. Now, before we dive into virtual reality, VR, let's first talk about augmented reality AR. Augmented reality or AR is a technology that overlays virtual information onto the real world. Unlike VR, you don't need special glasses because it's based on reality. But through certain technologies, something virtual is added to the real world. Is that a bit hard to understand? Let's look at the case of the global furniture company IKEA. It's very difficult to decide on a piece of furniture until you've actually seen it in your home. The solution to this problem is IKEA's augmented reality shopping catalog. The IKEA's Place app. What do you think? It's amazing, right? There's a clear no chair in my real room. But with this AR technology, I can freely place and change out any chair I want. You can experience a virtual product in a real space, just as it would be. This is augmented reality. Now, what I really want to talk about is virtual reality, VR. Until now, VR has been used mainly in gaming and entertainment, but recently it has become a huge topic in the retail market. So many companies are asking, how can we use this virtual reality technology to provide a new customer experience? This is the biggest topic in the retail industry right now, and it's becoming a new way of selling. Because of this, we hear the word metaverse a lot these days. Metaverse is a combination of meta, which means virtual, and universe, which means the world. It literally means a virtual world. It expands on the concept of a VR and AR to mean a 3D world that seems fake but feels real, where all social, economic, cultural, and even personal activities take place. If consumers shop in virtual reality with a VR glasses, how will they change? What will be different from existing shopping? The video below is from a VR development experiment by a student at Hanyang University in Korea. This is the VR mini supermarket. And this is the shopping experiment conducted with the students. Teacher told them, imagine you are at a real supermarket and buy 10 items you need. From the result, there is one very interesting fact that holds a lesson for all of us. It is the time distortion effect. Students put on VR glasses and go shopping in the virtual supermarket. They walk around, put items in their cart, and finish their shopping. After they were done, teacher asked them, About how long do you think you spend shopping? They answered, I think about 10 minutes or maybe 8 minutes. But surprisingly, the average shopping time for the students who participated was 15 minutes. This means they perceived the time to be much shorter than the time they actually spent shopping. In his research, he named this phenomenon time distortion effect. It means that when you enter the world of VR, your concept of time changes. When we buy things online, it's still a part of reality. But the moment you put on VR glasses, you become immersed in a completely new world and have a unique experience. They lose track of time. This offers some very interesting insights for marketing and retail. The key finding was that in a VR shopping mall, the user's level of immersion is incredibly high, much more so than with a traditional online shopping mall. It's fascinating, right? From the side, it looks a bit funny, even a little silly. But this student is shopping very seriously. They are experiencing it as if it were completely real. This scene of a VR shopping might just be a glimpse into the future of how we will all shop. So let me ask you a question. What's similar and what's difference between the online shopping we do all the time and the VR shopping I've just shown you? The similarity is that in both cases, you can compare and search for items you want without going to a physical store. But there is a crucial difference. With online shopping, you are in the real world, judging a product by looking at pictures. With VR shopping, you enter a world that feels real to experience and buy products. The key difference is the existence of the customer experience and feeling. I believe this is the biggest difference between online and VR shopping. And this is why so many retail and manufacturing companies are paying close attention to VR technology. The early omni-channel retail environment that began with the fourth industrial revolution is now evolving into a completely new sales and commerce environment by incorporating technologies like virtual reality, augmented reality, and even artificial intelligence. Another example of this is the unmanned store. This goes beyond just having no employees. We are talking about a truly completely unmanned store without even a checkout counter. Amazon in the US was the first to try this with Amazon Go, and recently is being actively implemented in Korea and China. Thanks to advanced technology, we now have augmented checkout stores with no employees and no checkout process. In Korea, eMart24 is running a trial self-store, and 7-Eleven is also operating a 7-Eleven signature store in Jamsil. There are no employees in these stores. There isn't even a checkout counter. Customers can just walk in, take the items they want, and leave, and the payment is processed automatically. Lotte is also trying a hand pay system, which is a biometric payment system that uses your palm. When you leave with your items, you just place your palm on a scanner, and the payment is made automatically. These advanced technologies, like virtual reality, augmented reality, and unmanned stores are showing us what the future of retail looks like. These changes can also be applied to Atomy's training and sales activities. And I know that such preparations are already underway. As I mentioned earlier, Atomy created an online tour service using VR and AR to allow overseas business partners to experience Atomy Park more realistically. For another example, you know how sensitive products like shoes and clothes are to buy online because of the size, right? But I know that Atomy is also trying a new advanced sales method where if you register your body measurement on your smartphone, Atomy can recommend the products that fit you best. In this way, Atomy is actively using future technologies to develop various customer services and sales methods. If you are an Atomy business operator, wouldn't it be important to also be aware of these new future tech-based sales methods and services that the company is preparing? I believe it's necessary to keep pace with the great wave of technological change that is the fourth industrial revolution. In our next lecture, I plan to talk in depth about the reality of network marketing, the business you are all currently involved in. You can really look forward to it. That's all for today's lecture. I will see you next time. Thank you.